KSOL Black Talk Radio, the new black media. Family, if you know who this is, of course, everyone knows who this is. This is Swirler Tiger Woods and his girlfriend. And today, the headlines read that they both are being sued. No, let me backtrack. Tiger Woods is being sued because of her. How does this work? Well, they allege that Tiger Woods allowed his restaurant to overserve booze to a staffer who struggled with alcoholism, which led to his drunk driving death. This, according to a new lawsuit obtained by Smut TMZ Sports. Now, before I continue, let me just state for the record that this is much ado about a white family who is out to take the money of a wealthy black man, namely Tiger Woods. I really don't care, but this needs to be an example to other black men who are ballers, who are affluent, and you have money, clout, and fame, and you choose to go with these Beckys. This is the type of things that end up coming your way at one point in time or another. Rest assured. But nonetheless, the parents of Nicholas Immesberger have filed the lawsuit claiming Nicholas worked as a bartender at Tiger Woods' restaurant in Jupiter, Florida. And Tiger knew personally. Okay, and this is the young man in that died, Nicholas Immesberger. The only thing I have to say is this. White people, you need to be accountable for your own actions. Quit blaming other people and telling black people that we do that. Quit telling other people that we blame other people for our things and what's our responsibilities when you do this. This is a clear example of that. Nicholas Immesberger, if he was an alcoholic, then I hold the parents solely responsible for A, you allowing him to drive in a car by himself unsupervised. You allowed him to be in a restaurant environment in the first place where they served alcohol. Again, these are pushbacks that I would pose to the family if I was Tiger Woods' lawyers. I would definitely serve the pushback. But anyways, it says, in fact, Immesberger's parents say he was recruited to the restaurant by general manager Erica Herman, who is also Tiger's girlfriend. Well, guess what? This is where the ball drops. You need to be suing Erica Herman, not Tiger Woods. Again, what this looks like is a racist attempt to steal money from a man who earned his own. That's what this is. And as sorry as I feel for poor Nicholas, you were an alcoholic. What were you doing drinking in the first place? You knew you weren't supposed to be drinking. That was your responsibility. And then you got behind the wheel and got killed, and your parents is sitting here trying to sue a black man because of your bad decisions. No, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't, after all. Not at all. I don't feel sorry for you. Because your parents, they're being real unethical. They're being real downright dirty and rotten to the core. And maybe you're rolling in your grave behind this. You shouldn't be comfortable down there at all. I digress. According to the suit, Immesberger finished a shift on December 10th, 2018, but stayed at the restaurant for hours where he was served alcohol to the point of severe intoxication before he was sent out to his car to drive home. Now, we know that most drunks and alcoholics don't want to hear anyone tell them that they can't get behind the wheel of their own vehicle. And as a matter of fact, some act downright violent. Some act downright violent if you try to stop them. And so here it is, Nicholas here decided to drink until he was severely intoxicated when he knew he was an alcoholic in the first place. And then he got behind the wheel of his car that his parents allowed this to happen. And then you're going to turn around and use a new nigger rule, and try to steal money from Tiger Woods? Because that's what these headlines, TMZ Sports, that's what you should be saying. But see, you guys always report things slanted, with a bias. Well, we're here to set the record straight and put the onus where it belongs. Right here on Nicholas Immesberger, right here on you. On you and your parents. Your parents allowed you to get in that car, go down and work at that restaurant, because if they knew you were an alcoholic, they should have said no for you even going and getting the job. Because the article says that, oh, she recruited him. He had the decision, and so did the parents. They had the decision to say no. He should be in school or in an AA program. That's what the parents should have been saying. But no, they weren't. Why is that? And now that something tragic happened to their kid, they want to blame others. No, Immesberger family, the blame belongs solely on you and your son. Immesberger crashed on his drive home and died in the accident. His blood alcohol level was a .256, more than 3 times the legal limit. Now his family is pointing the finger at Tiger, Erica, and the restaurant, claiming both Tiger and Erica knew Immesberger had a habitual problem with alcohol and allowed him to be served anyways. Well, again, parents, you allowed your son to work down at that restaurant when you knew he was an alcoholic. How were they to know what his limit was in the first place? Some people play off their drunkenness and their intoxication very well. And I would imagine that if he was an alcoholic, he probably played it off very well. Some of them are very good at doing that. Hell, some of you who are listening to this video, you even work with alcoholics, and don't they play it off very well on the job? Yeah, I work with a lot of white people. I see it. I smell it. But I digress. The family claims Tiger is being sued individually because he, quote, was directly responsible for ensuring that his employees and management were not over-serving its employees and customers. You white folks always passing the buck. You can't never take responsibility for your own actions. Black people, you should start claiming this if this happens to you or your families. Go to some white restaurants, allow them to overserve you, and you get into some accident, even if it's a small fender bender, and sue the hell out of the restaurant for allowing you to drink alcohol and get behind the wheel. As a matter of fact, a lot of people should start doing this if this is what's being allowed. But again, this is a new nigger rule where white people are using this to get money from a black man who has a lot of money. Because this is what white supremacists do. This is what white racists do. This is what white racist scum, this is what they do. Well, the family also claims Tiger and Erica had been drinking with Immesberger just days before the fatal crash and reasonably should have known he was a habitual drunkard. Now, do you hear this? White people, this is the most pathetic. You guys come up with some of the most ridiculous crap that human beings have to suffer under your rule. We have to suffer and listen to this crap and waste our time, money, and resources now going to court behind you guys' ignorance and stupidity and blame. And blame. No, family, your family, Nicholas, they knew you were a habitual drunkard. How is anyone outside of your family gonna know that? You see where the parents are at fault? And then they have the nerve to say that Tiger and Erica reasonably should have known. Do you understand how they're wording this? Reasonably should have known. As if other people know other people's habits. You guys are coming up with the most ridiculous claims I've ever heard. And now, again, he has to waste money and resources on lawyers to fight against this ignorance. To fight against this kind of stuff that white judges will be happy to take on in a court of law. Instead of dismissing it, saying, no, you're wasting our resources. We have other more important things to cover. No, we have to go through ridiculous episodes of bullshit. So according to the suit filed in Palm Beach County by attorneys Craig Goldenfarb and Spencer Coven, the family is demanding Tiger, Erica, and the Woods should be on the hook for everything from medical and funeral expenses and other, quote, appropriate damages. Well, Nicholas was just 24 years old. Well, let me tell you something, Tiger. You and your little swirling ass, since you're so loving of white people, these white people are going to make you pay millions because they're going to blame you behind your white girlfriend, Erica, and they're going to make you pay millions because this was a white life. And just the way we've seen with the Brown case, where that family was only paid $1.5 million, and we thought that was something great. Well, we've seen how the white woman who was shot by the black cop back east, their family got $20 million. So we see how you guys play these racial games with us and our finances and what we've rightfully earned, how you guys steal our money away. We see what you guys do. We see it because you guys do it all the time. You're psychopathic that way. But anyways, his parents are at fault. And this young man, Nicholas Immesberger, you are certainly at fault for your own death and all the problems and troubles you're causing. This is KSOL, Black Talk Radio, bringing you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I'm out.